Hey guys, Fox here. Got some game guides to go through. Bunch of interesting stuff, a lot of modern stuff, so should be fun. First up, I have something I imported from Japan that's actually very cheap, but I remember hearing about this game quite a while ago and hoping that it might get an English port, but it never did. But I really like the artwork with this game, so I went ahead and picked it up, and only because it was super cheap. It's a strategy RPG, but I wish I had an English version. Anyway, that's Ash, Archaic Sealed Heat. I love this artwork and this foil-like cover, if you can see it there. It's a beautiful game. That's something I really wish that came stateside or an English copy of some sort. Really cool. Game's super cheap. Picked it up for I think $10 complete there, and for another 20 bucks I went ahead and picked up the art book, mostly because, you know, I love this art. I think it is fantastic. I hate it when we lose some games like this. This might be more of like kind of like a strategy guide, to be honest with you, looking at it, but still has a lot of artwork in it that I really like. I like the layout of this book too. It's beautiful. Anyways guys, there it is. That's Ash. Oh, here's some hand drawings. Very cool. Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to be here all day, I guess. Only one original Game Boy pickup this week. It's an uncommon game, but a pretty good one. A couple months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, I picked up the Japanese version of this, complete in the box, because it was pretty cheap. And then I happened to run by a loose copy, and that's Ghostbusters 2. Guy was asking like 50 bucks. I just rolled the dice and I was like, hey, I'll give you 30 for it, because it had been on there for a while. He was like, sure. So there we go. Got an English copy of Ghostbusters 2 for my Game Boy collection. Got a couple WayForward developed titles here. Got this one super cheap and sealed, which is kind of cool. This one is SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. Not very expensive. Obviously I haven't played this yet because I haven't opened it, but looks fine. The reviews online are they're mediocre, good for a licensed title. So, but that's typically WayForward's MO there. Also picked up a copy of the regular show on the 3DS. It's actually a pretty funny show if you haven't seen it, but this is a WayForward title as well, adding it to the WayForward collection. Another DS pickup because Square Enix was having it's like a post E3 big sale of their physical products that they had on their online store, so I went ahead and picked up a few. One for really cheap was Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time. I didn't have this one in my collection. Since my main focus are these RPGs, I figured I'd go ahead and pick this one up. It's probably not great, but it might be fun to dabble in it sometime. Alright, up next, I imported a couple Falcom games that we don't have yet, but recently was announced to get an English patch from the good folks at Geofront are working with NIS now. So we are going to get English versions of these games, which is super exciting. First up, I believe this one is Zero, so Trails of Zero. I might have them backwards, so don't hate me on that. But one's Zero, one's Azure, so this is the first one on the PSP. And these are nice, complete in their boxes, look great. It has the game in there and a soundtrack CD in case you were wondering. But so happy these are actually getting a port over here stateside. A lot of people want them. We're excited to get them. And here's the Azure one. I think we're getting the first one fall of next year, and then we're getting like 3 other titles in 2023 to include the latest and greatest Tales from Reverie, I think is what we're calling it. And that's the follow-up to Cold Steel. So very excited, huge Trails fan. So anything I could find that's reasonably priced. These were pretty cheap, honestly. You can get these for like $20, $30. So anything I can get to add to that collection, I usually do. All right, some modern stuff. Let's go switch games now. First up, Myroguf Super Rush. Lots of fun. I am currently playing this on and off, and I enjoy a good, relaxing golf game. Except this one you can play pretty quickly. I like the Super Rush mode, or they call it Speed Golf. It's a good time. I can imagine playing this with some buddies and having a good time with it. It's got a little kind of RPG mode and golf adventure. So those people who really like Golf Story will probably enjoy this mode. Because you can change your stats as you level up, and you know, buy new clubs and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's a good time. This is a limited run game that I didn't get from limited run. I had to buy it secondhand because I believe it was Alex, Turn to Motorbase, was talking about this game, and I realized that I really wanted this game. Luckily, it's not one of the limited run games that has skyrocketed in value. Has gone up a bit, but not too much, and that's Fight and Rage. Looks like a lot of time, a really good game. That's a beat 'em up. But I enjoy those, and they're nice and quick, and these are type of games are good to fit in between my long RPGs I tend to play. A lot of people talking about this game. I finally picked up a copy. Now I have a feeling it's going to go out of print sometime soon, so I went ahead and picked up a copy of Crosscode. This is like a top view action RPG. People call it similar to kind of like the top view Legend of Zelda's. So looks like a good time. Limited run release here, one that I ordered. And that's To the Moon. I'm a sucker for this old pixel art. Modern games. It looks pretty cool. I like that it's a heavy story base, and I don't remember if this has RPG elements in it or not, but it was one of their cheaper releases, you know, the $30 ones, so I think I'll enjoy it. Here's another game I got from that Square Enix sale online, and that is Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. I have yet to pick up the Zodiac Age game, so finally got one. One day I will give this game a second try. First time I tried it, really didn't like it, but matured since then, so I can give it a go again. And last Switch game I picked up was a copy of Sense. I believe I got this one through Video Games Plus. And this is a cyberpunk ghost story. So it's borderline like a survival horror, but set in a cyberpunk theme. This one got a little controversy a little while back, and I can't remember why. So sorry, I can't fill you in on that, but this looks like it might be a fun game. All right, finally picked up quite a few PS5 games. For this, I only had like 2. But a bunch came out that I wanted to play, and one that I'm currently playing is Scarlet Nexus from Namco Bandai. Only about 3-4 hours into this. Haven't had a lot of time to put a big chunk into it, but I am enjoying the battle system. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of you could play it the way you want to play it, kind of thing, because it has like an ability tree that you use when you level up to customize the way your character is going to be. From the beginning, you can pick between two protagonists, the male or the female. And I picked the female because she is a like a mid-ranged attacker, and I do better with ranged units when it comes to like action style games, and he's a close combat with the sword. So very unique, very pretty, looks good, and it's got a fun combat system, and the world it's building is pretty interesting so far. Those are some early impressions, guys, so we'll see how it ends up. Also picked up a copy of D&D Dark Alliance, this new remake from Wizards. This has gotten mixed reviews. So far all I hear is that this game is not a good time to play by yourself, but is fairly enjoyable when you're playing multiplayer. So keep that in mind. I have yet to try it myself though, but this was a budget release, so not all is lost if it sucks. Finally got this release from Limited Run, and it's the first PS5 Limited Run release. It took forever to come out, but something I really wanted to get, something I could play during the holidays, I guess. And that's Cthulhu Saves Christmas. So, no idea. This has been, I think, on Steam and on PC for a long time, and I think it came out on some other systems before too. But it's an RPG, so right up my alley. I think I will have a good time with this, and I will save it for a holiday game. Last PS5 game I picked up. Not sure if I should have got this, to be honest with you, because it's kind of like double dipping, because I have the PS4 version of this and it came with a free PS5 upgrade anyway. Yeah, whatever. My collecting self sometimes baffles me. Anyway, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. So this is the full upgraded version on the PS5, the PS5 release. And honestly, I probably wouldn't have got this if it didn't come with a steelbook, which is right here. You got Yuffie on the cover and her buddy. I have not played Intermission, this DLC yet. I plan on to, but we'll see when that happens. Pretty boring on there. And on the inside, we've got the whole crew. Yeah, enough said about that. I liked Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I'm sure I'll enjoy the DLC. Here's another game I picked up from that Square Enix sale. This one was really cheap, and I don't have a copy of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I like these new Tomb Raider games, so I went ahead and picked this one up super cheap, and I'll finally get to play it. Looks like it probably has all the DLC stuff, because it says it includes bonus missions. So, yep, Tomb Raider. I got some Wii games. I was missing this game in my collection and have been kind of hunting for a cheap copy on eBay, and I finally found one, so it'll be in the collection. And that's Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World. This is a unique sequel to the GameCube release. Don't have a lot to say because I've never played it before, but I've heard people say it's underrated, that it's actually good. Some people say it's bad, so we'll see how it goes. And I know I actually have a copy of this on the Tales of Symphonia collection. I think it was released on, was it PS4 or PS3? One of those two. But anyway, got that. Got a couple way forward releases on the Wii. One is Centipede Infestation. Love this artwork. It looks pretty cool. Never played this. I remember this coming out and just never really thought about it. It looks like just a 3D run and gun. It's set in the Centipede style universe. But yeah, cheap add to my Way Forward collection, along with Batman the Brave and the Bold, the video game. Nice, bright, good artwork here. I think this one's a beat 'em up for sure, but I don't know a lot. Like I said, this was another cheap one to add to the Way Forward collection that wasn't like a copy of Shantae on the Game Boy or anything. So still happy to add that to collection, and we'll probably play it. One game that I'm surprised I didn't have, but I think I found this at a thrift store for like a couple bucks, and that's Mario Kart Wii. You all know enough about this, so let's move on. A couple non-video game but video game related items. I found this at Best Buy in the clearance rack for like a few bucks, so I went ahead and picked it up, and it's this like coin set from the 3D All-Stars release. And you got a couple coins for Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. So I thought that was pretty cool, especially for only for a couple bucks. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I open this up? I don't know. And lastly, something pretty cool that I found. And I think this is like an unofficial release. But I found this at a thrift store, and it is the Nintendo World Championships on VHS. So you got World Championships of 1990, Power Fest 1990, and the Campus Challenge of 1991. It's in a clamshell case, so I'm pretty sure this was not an official release, but something that some other people put together. And probably sold a bunch of copies because people like to relive the nostalgia, like myself. So there's all the footage it's talking about. Yeah, for use on a VCR with a CRT TV. So this is probably something that was made recently, even though it's trademarked in 1985. That's just for Nintendo. But yeah, pretty cool. All right, guys. There's all my pickups. I hope you enjoyed checking them out. And have a good one.